Dearest listeners,
Book babes and book bros.
welcome to Book Babble. I'm Rachel,
And I'm Tanya, and we're the Witlet Women, your hosts for the day.
and today we have a very special guest, Erin, with us. And you'll be in the hot seat today for a rapid fire AMA session.
All right.
Do you want
Would
to
you like
introduce
to?
yourself really quickly, Erin?
Yeah, so I'm Erin Cornia. I'm the author of the Chicago series. I have two books out right now, If It Can't Be Us and The Most Perfect Wrong. And then I have A Love That Broke Us coming out in September with book four, which is A Love That Broke Us is a duet. So book four is the second part of the duet, and that's coming out in November. And then book five will be like the closer, and that is set to release in February of next year.
Ooh, that's exciting. You got so many good things lined up.
So many things.
All right. Well, Erin, are you ready to babble?
I'm ready to babble. Let's go.
Okay, I will put 5 minutes on the clock right now.
All right. So the first question I almost always ask is what inspired you to write these stories?
So, first book, I've always been kind of a daydreamer, we'll say. I used to like come home from high school and take naps so that I could like create my own movie in my head. And I think I've just done that my whole life. And I always thought I was just weird. And then I realized like that's probably what authors and movie producers, like writers, it's probably what they do. So I had been like thinking about this story for a good 2 to 2.5 years, just kind of like changing it, creating it. And then we moved a little over a year and a half ago from Utah to Texas. And so I was kind of forced into an early retirement. I was a hairdresser and a nutritionist for 22 years. So I didn't want to start all over. I came here and then I just found myself I was very bored. And so one day I just kind of woke up and I was like, screw it. Like I'm kind of depressed, not doing anything, to be honest. That's like not my natural nature to be like depressed. And so I was just like, I need to just do something. So I just woke up on June 6th last year and I bought this writing app and I just went. We just went to town.
A
That's
year. Wow, congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
There's so much progress in 1 year.
Yeah.
So, with all of these stories that you're putting out, are there any hidden meanings or Easter eggs that you can tell us about any of them?
Okay, so I don't know about hidden stuff. Like if it can't be us, I didn't originally plan to do a series. So that was just written as like a one and done maybe. I didn't know how much I would love this. There's not really a lot of like hints there. And then the second book, I also wasn't really sure I would continue with the series. I knew I was going to put that in there. But the third book, the one that's coming out in September, so that one has a lot of foreshadowing for like book four and book five. And then that one actually is a little bit of my story, like with my ex-husband, that I've put into a fictional, I guess, into fictional characters.
I love when books have like personal inspiration and personal connections to the author.
Yeah.
So, thank
I
you
mean,
for
it was a tough one to write. I'm not gonna lie. It really like emotionally drained me. But
my goodness.
but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and there's just the catharsis that comes with that too, because you're able to process through some things that
For sure.
maybe you
It
didn't.
was very healing, very traumatic and very healing at the same time, if that's
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a therapist and I do a lot of narrative therapy where I write
okay,
out
okay.
stories about that. So it's interesting that that's a choice that you win because that you made because it can be very helpful, but it can be harmful too. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So what's your process for writing? How do we get from the head to the paper?
I think my process changes with each. I mean, I'm starting to develop more of a system. I think with the first one, it was just like I didn't really know what to do. I just like knew what I wanted to write. So then I'm like Googling like all these things and trying to write down like the plan and all that. But now I kind of feel like I just need like a beginning, middle, end of like where I'm going. Um, Always like, okay, what's the conflict? Like, who are the characters? So I do kind of plot out, obviously, and then all the research that goes into writing is insane. But I really do just have to like be in the zone and the mood, and then as long as I have like my AirPods with like the right music, I can just zone in and we just go to town.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you said something about Googling a lot of things. How much research goes into your writing?
A lot, a lot. I really like. I really write deep emotional, like nuanced characters and like deep themes. And so you really have to make sure that you're portraying that correctly. I mean, so
Mhm.
in my first book, If It Can't Be Yes, my MMC is a psychologist. So while that always comes up in like personality tests is like the number one job I'd be good at, like because I understand people, I'm still like I'm not a therapist. So it's like understanding wording and just I had to like I have a friend who's a therapist, so she would like I'd give her those chapters, she'd give me feedback. It's like you have to make sure that all kind of like coincides. This third book that's coming out is addiction based. So like while I lived like mirroring that, right, as like a spouse to an addict, like I know what I saw, but I don't remember all the like okay, like drugs that you have to be like specific about what what symptoms cause from what drug. Like it's very like specific. So there is a lot of research that goes into it. And then just cities and all that jazz too.
Very nice. So first, you've made it through the 5-minute AMA, so
Woo!
congratulations.
Thank
Woo!
you.
No more timer beeping at you. So we'll put this section on our social channels, but the entire interview is going to go on things like YouTube and Spotify, so we'll just keep chatting.
Okay.
But I do want to just, Rachel's a therapist and I'm a big advocate for mental health. So thank you for actually researching those things and
Yes.
taking the time to really show up for readers in the correct way. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, both of my books out are very very mental health, positive.
Awesome. I love that. So everyone just go pick up her books and read them
Yeah, it's
because
therapy.
therapy, yes.
Yeah, yeah. That actually has been a really cool. So my second book, The Most Perfect Wrong, it's about a girl who's in a toxic relationship. And so um it does evoke strong feelings. There is cheating in the book, which I realize maybe as an author you steer clear of that. But a lot of people have reached out personally with like DMs and just been like, I've never like I felt so validated. Like we don't realize like how many women have had to deal with like a narcissist or like emotional abuse. Like it is so I think 40% of my beta readers were like this is the most cathartic read that I've ever had.
Wow.
And so I think that like that is like I don't know, that was really powerful to kind of like I don't know, feel that, like that people are resonating, that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and that it's just helping women feel strong, like one person was just like, I've never felt so seen. Like it made me really proud of myself for being able to get out of a situation like this. So I think that that's really cool. It helps me like continue to write the hard stuff, which is
Wow.
not for everyone.
I'm still stuck on 40%. That's such a
Yeah.
that's a great statistic.
Yes, it is. I mean, and that's just out of like 4 out of 10 beta readers, but like, I don't
That's
know.
still 40%. Like
Yeah.
that's a pretty big amount. Like
Mhm.
it shows just how much people are impacted by the things that you're writing about.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hope so.
Absolutely. So I wanted to kind of talk about the indie community as well. So we touched on this a little bit when we were introducing ourselves prior to filming. But Rachel and I started our channel, well, our account about a year ago, and we have really focused on indie writing and getting your perspective on that, Erin. I would love to do that because it's so insightful getting an author's perspective joining
Right.
the community.
I think that I think I'm safe speaking for the indie community that we appreciate Bookstagram and Book Talk community so much. Like without you guys, like we would be, I just feel like it would be just 1,000 times harder. Like I'd be nothing. Like, the reason my books have even done as well as they have is because of the community that we have, like on Instagram and just in social media. Um, so yeah, like it's a huge community. I had no idea that it was that big. I didn't realize like the book talk and the books. I was just a reader before this, like just a dumb little reader that got on Goodreads and just rated my books, right? Like I'd never followed I'd never followed book accounts or anything. So when I got on here, I was just like blown away by the amount. Like it is a huge community. I didn't realize there were so many indie authors. Like it just blew my mind. But it's such a great community. And for the most part, it's really positive and just everyone is supporting each other and lifting each other up. And I don't know, I love it.
Could you imagine being traditionally published at this point just because of how much you are involved in the indie community? Is that something that you would ever think about doing?
Oh, I would love to be traditionally published. I mean, who doesn't want to be traditionally published? There's definitely, I think, cons to it as far as like, just being able to have as much just creative, I don't know, vision with it. But there are certain publishers I do know that try to help keep that with the author. But yeah, no, that's definitely like I think that's a dream of mine. But it is do, and it takes a lot of effort to query agents and all that jazz. So we don't know, maybe one day.
Yeah, I've heard the querying process is so difficult. Like,
It's a
it
nightmare.
can take years.
A nightmare. Like I think the average of what I've like at least read about that people query when they get like an offer is like over 100 agents. And I queried like 20, and it took me like 2 full days, like just two straight days of like 7 hours of like querying agents. And so like after that, I was just like, okay, I don't know if I want to throw my energy into this quite yet, but maybe one day I will.
100 agents? Oh my
Yeah, it's a lot.
gosh.
It's a lot. And then they say, I think it's like a 1 in 1,000, maybe even higher number than that, like a 1 in 1,000 chance, like 1 out of 1,000 or something like that might get an offer. So it's very hard.
That has put that has put things into perspective so much for me just now.
It's a
I
lot.
I knew it was difficult, but the statistics speak for it. Like,
Yeah.
my mind is blown.
Right. Well, and
Wow.
they're going off too, like they're going off maybe like some people will ask for 5 pages, some people ask for 10 pages, some ask for the first 3 chapters. So and then that doesn't include the prologue. So I have a prologue, but you're not supposed to send the prologue. And so then it's like, well, I'm just sending the first 3 chapters without a prologue. Like, I don't know. Like that the prologue's what kind of grips you. I don't know. So it's a whole process.
Whoa.
Not to frustrate anyone. You should totally do it, you guys. Go out
No,
there.
yeah, of
Query
course,
the
but
agent.
holy moly, like I had no idea how difficult, like how many steps there were to it.
There's a lot of steps. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it's
Well,
even finding the agents, right? So you have to first research which agents and am I going to send it to? So you have to find a company. You have to go in. You have to see if they're accepting new people, if they're accepting your genre, if they accept explicit, if they accept like blah blah blah. And so then you finally find someone. That took like 20 minutes, right? You find
yeah.
someone, then you query them, and you're just like, okay, on to the next.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that part is a lot. So,
It's a
and
lot.
I think that probably just shed a light for a lot of people who haven't started their journey yet.
Ooh,
But
not
do
to
you
frustrate
have
anyone.
No, it helps them understand how much they need to do, like what steps they need to take to get
Yeah.
traditionally published.
Yeah.
But do you have any advice or anything like that for the indie publishing side? Like what goes into that, and what is your experience with indie publishing?
Oh gosh, indie publishing, it's like it's technically simple. However, like I'm 40, so like I get on, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I haven't used these computer programs in so long. Like I just feel like an old person that's trying to like learn how to use an iPhone. So like formatting a book, I kept having to reach out to some of like some indie friends that I met, being like, oh my gosh, I'm just like something's not working. What am I doing wrong? And it's like step by step on Amazon's like KDP is what it's called. It's like step by step what to do. But the first time it was so hard. It took me so many out, like probably 32 hours to format my book,
Oh
which it
my.
probably should take like 6. But it just was the most frustrating process to me. So there's that aspect, and some people love that. Like my indie friend is just like, oh my gosh, I love the formatting process, and I'm like, oh my gosh, anything that has to do with like a computer program, like I hate. So that side is really hard, and then the cover design, like for me anyway, because again, the computer stuff, like figuring out just the dimensions and trying to design, and then you'd order it and I'd be like, I hate this. And then you'd do another one. It just is a process, but technically the steps are easy. it's learning. It's just a learning curve. The second one was easier. This third one has been easier. So I guess it just gets easier with time.
Well, congratulations for learning new skills throughout this entire thing.
Yeah. Yeah. She's getting better.
Well, I, for one, am so happy that you were able to join the indie community over the last year and a half. We're so thrilled that you are a part of this, and
Thank you.
I can't wait for your upcoming books to be released. Is there
I'm
anything
excited.
that you wanted to talk about or anything you wanted to tell your readers while we're on here?
Um, let's see. I would say so. I have my release coming in September. A Love That Broke Us. There are ARC signups on my Instagram page right now with me, as well as like Street Team options. And then Luna Literary is going to be posting ARC signups on June 15th as well. So there's that coming up, and then that is going to actually be for like the duet, so you get both books.
Exciting.
That's all. I think that's all.
Well, that is exciting, and we can't wait to see, the turnout for your ARC reads and your upcoming books.
Awesome.
But
Thank
Erin,
you.
thank you so much for joining us. We're just about at time now, so
Okay, perfect.
uh,
Well, thanks for having me, you guys.
thank you
Sorry,
for
my
coming on.
4-year-old showed up, so I'm sorry, but
You
you
went
guys
MIA. That's fine.
have a good day, guys.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Bye bye.